Keeping him close at second base. Sampson with a long pause now delivers. That one's going to be a base hit through the hole on the left side. White's going to get the wave home. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not going to be in time. Throw onto third base is going to be in time. No, they're going to say he's safe, as it appears that Garnett dropped the ball, as clearly the ball beat him.
Further destroying my scorecard, by the way.
1-2 pitch. That one's going to be ripped into right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Here comes 2 runs. Here comes a third run as Cochran, he will score from third. Here comes Masagno all the way at third base. In time, he's going to be safe at third for a triple. So it's a bases clearing 3-run triple for John Masagno. He comes off the bench and delivers a big hit. It's now a 6-run deficit for Eastern as they're trailing 13-7. Ball game until just a few moments ago. A player that averaged 18 points per game last season, seen his first action here in the second half. Nunez drives the left-handed scoop layup. Oh my goodness. That was pretty. That was gorgeous. That one's going to be stolen by Gonzalez. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Gonzalez off the backboard, throw down by Lindo. Lindo with the slam. Oh my goodness. Gonzalez takes away Marquez, off to Brown. Brown, he slams it home. A one-handed slam by Brown. Timeout call by the Gators. And that'll bring up Max Steinhorn to lead off, second baseman, batting on the right side for the Mammoths. And Ruddock from the windup, he's ready to go. Gets a sign from Lefebvre. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. That one's going to miss high and in. We're underway here at the Eastern Baseball Stadium.
And that first pitch comes at 6:06, so a little bit of a delay, but nothing unusual for a college baseball game this time of the year.
First game under the lights for Eastern Connecticut this year. First of 3 is the last. This is the first game. The last 2 games against Tufts and Wheaton will also be under the lights.
You know, it's odd you say that. The lights were actually on yesterday because of the rainy conditions early on, and then the sun came out, but the lights stayed on. Here we are starting at 6 o'clock today, and the lights aren't even on yet.
It's going to be a 3-0 count. Ruddock still looking to throw his first strike of the game. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That one's right down the middle for a called strike. Count goes to 3-1. Mentioned Ruddock, who hasn't thrown many innings this season, just 12 2/3. That one's going to miss low and outside, so that's going to be a leadoff walk. As we saw yesterday, Lee, John Parker, he went 4 2/3, and he only gave up 1 hit, but he walked 6 guys.
Yeah, John got off to a great start. It was definitely his best start of the season. You know, last year he finished strong. He was one of the weekend starters by the end of the year. First 3 innings, he only faced 10 batters, 1 over the minimum with that 1 walk in the first inning. Unfortunately, during the 4th inning, he kind of lost the strike zone. He started that inning with 3 straight walks, but was able to limit the damage thanks to that big double play.
Ball in the dirt, throw down to second base is not going to be in time, as that's Steinhorn that's able to advance, as that ball didn't really get away from Lefebvre all that much, but Steinhorn with the speed was able to slide in safely to second base really with ease.
Yeah, Steinhorn really read that pitch well. You know, it's any good base runner, regardless of their speed, you read that pitch out of the pitcher's hand, and if you could see a breaking ball heading straight into the dirt, there's no reason not to get a good jump. Surprised we don't see more of that at the college and professional levels.
That one was well outside. What's going to be a called strike anyway, so the count is 1-1. Lefebvre didn't even really try to frame that one, but Ruddock getting the friendly call.
The strike zone seems to be a little different from last night's game.
1-1 pitch. That's going to be ripped over the head of Budzik into right field. They're going to hold Steinhorn at third base. So Roberson is on with a single. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Mammoths.
Yeah, great job by Soroyce in right field there, really putting a good charge on that ball and being able to hold that runner at third and at least temporarily keep that first run off the board for Amherst.
I'll bring up Yanni Thedopoulos, hitting .393 on the season. 1 home run and 14 RBIs. He's got 10 doubles and 2 triples. So already Eastern Connecticut in a bit of a jam as Amherst College on that 2-game losing streak, trying to straighten things out here on the road. That one misses outside.
Yeah, we mentioned that Amherst and Eastern both score a lot of runs, but what I have seen from Amherst, looking at their stats, they're averaging 8.5 runs per game, and in their 6 wins this year, they've scored 87 runs, averaging 14.5 per win.
Well, you don't see this too often, Lee, as Matt LeBranch is out on the pitcher's mound. Usually when he comes out, it's just for a pitching change, but clearly he wanted to say something to his starting pitcher.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a very strong message. As you mentioned, usually Coach LeBranch is only out for the change itself. Pitching coach Mark Senya, usually the one to go out and have a few words with a pitcher when they're struggling. But Coach LeBranch is still talking and a little bit of head bobbing going on there.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a stern message for Ben Ruddock.
As Ruddock to the first, this is only his third batter, but he hasn't been all that accurate around the strike zone. And when he has been, it's been Roberson hit a nice ball to right field. That one's right on the screws. So it's going to be a 1-0 count to Thanopolis. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Count goes to 1-1.
It's got to make a coach feel good when you go out and you deliver a stern message and the next pitch is a strike right down the middle.
One delivery. That one's in the dirt. Once again, runner's going to take off. This time it's Roberson, as that's the second time. It really is in the 2 opportunities they've had where the ball's gotten just slightly in the dirt and runners are taking off. Good aggressive base running by Amherst.
Yeah, that time it actually looked like Roberson may have been taking off on a slightly delayed steal. Either that or he read that ball tremendously out of Ruddock's hand.
2-1 pitch, infield back. That one sliced into right field. So Royce moving back. He won't be able to get it. Catches on the hop. 1 run will easily score. Here comes Roberson from second base. Throwing home is not going to be in time. And it's a 2-run single from Yanni Thanopolis. And just like that, Amherst College, 3 batters in. They're up 2-0.
Yeah, that was a great job by Soroyce cutting that ball off before it could get by him. Unfortunately, it looked like the throw into DJ Scavone as the cutoff man. Scavone looked like he took a little bit too long. Not sure if he was aware that runner was rounding third and heading for home or if he thought maybe the runner stayed. But not sure they would have gotten the runner anyway.
So Thanopolis on first base as Ruddock still looking to get his first out. Still nobody out here with Anthony Spina up at the plate. Spina is hitting a gaudy .421 on the season and 57 at-bats.
Clearly struggling this year.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's in the dirt. No advance there from Thanopolis. Count is 1-1.
Yeah, this has got to worry the Warriors just a little bit here. The 4th batter of the inning already. No outs, 2 runs on the board. As I mentioned, all those runs Amherst scores in their wins. I mean, in their 9 losses this year, they've only scored 42 runs, averaging 4.7 per game. So, you know, certainly you don't want to let them score too many runs early here.
Seems like one of those offenses, like if they're hot, then they're hot.
For sure, for sure.
It's going to be a 2-1 count coming to the right fielder. That one's down low. Count goes to 3-1.
There is action down in the bullpen already for the Warriors. They are definitely not going to let Ruddock go too much longer here.
We saw yesterday Coach Matt LeBranch, despite being up by, well, when they were up 8 runs, was 11-3, he warmed up Nick Riscotti, arguably top 2 reliever, if not the best reliever on the Eastern team, and then actually brought him in down 6, just needing 1 out, but the bases were loaded.
Yeah, you can't take any chances. You really, you know, despite the fact that the conference games are how you're going to get into the tournament, you don't want to lose too many regional games like against a team like Suffolk because you ruin your at-large chances of getting in if you don't win the conference tournament. Coach LeBranch is already on his way out. Looks like Brian Naddick's going to come in.
So that's going to do it for Ruddock. He can't even get an out here in the top half of the first inning. We're going to take a quick break as Amherst College, they lead this one 2-0 here with no outs. Arnhem has it on the left. Shot fake down low to Hyatt. He has it now, going to work on the low block. Those are the shot, and somehow it goes in. That was an awkward spot for Hyatt to first catch the ball. He was underneath the hoop, but somehow he bullies his way into 2 points.
Hey, that's his shot. We saw that twice last game. That just quick over-the-shoulder baby hook shot.
Crowd is feeling it. 54-54. As you mentioned, Eastern hasn't had a lead in quite some time. St. Amour, pump fake, gets in the lane, bounce pass. Beautiful bounce pass down low to Baines. That was a tight pass down low.
The Warriors defenders really have to stop jumping on the pump fake. Just put your hand up, let your hand be. If he makes the shot with your hand there, he makes that shot.
Brown pulls up and rattles home the long 2. That's big for him with his confidence. Kendall Marquez on the bench is fired up. Coach Geithner's clapping his hands as well as he's looking for his team to respond. His junior. St. Amour now. Off to Daly, down low. Baines has it, throws up a shot, no good. Tipped around, Brown has it.
Great recovery by Lionel Hyatt, coming over in the paint to help out.
Nunez now has it up top, and they will reset the offense as Eastern trying to get their first lead in quite some time. Lindo. Now to Nunez, who loses it but picks it up. Brown, he's open for 3. He takes a 3, and he hits the 3. Archie Brown coming off a screen, knocks down the 3-pointer.
That is huge for the Warriors as well as Tarchie Brown.
Attacking to St. Amour, can't hit the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line. Brown will get called for the personal.
I think because Majors came back in, Geithner wanted to put Canny there. Again, 2 big bodies down low, let them battle it out.
59-57, 8:30 left in the second half. This is a good one. Don't go anywhere here. Eastern Connecticut taking on Millbury College in the 35th annual Eastern Tip-Off Championship game. Eastern trying to get their 10th victory in their own tournament. Brown drives left, kicks it to Canny. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Nunez down to Lindo. Lindo going to work. Gives it off to Canny. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Canny throws to the shot side of the rim, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by the Panthers, and somehow they come away with it. Long pass down the floor to Majors, and it's going to stay with the Panthers, and the crowd is very upset.
Wow.
Crowd is very upset on that call. And here's one last look. Let's see what this looks like.
I don't think it touched his foot.
I don't think so either.
It's really close. It does look close.
It is close.
It's extremely close.
It is close. So it's an either way call.
I just don't think that's the angle the ball would have taken if it hit off his foot.
So after all that, in fact, yes, the Panthers will retain possession.
Again, if you're the Warriors, this is one stop that you really need to make, get this lead, and possibly then go down and get a 4-point lead.
St. Amour off the screen, knocks down the 3-pointer.
It's not the guy you want shooting if you're the Warriors.
There was a miscommunication between Lindo and Arnhem as St. Amour set the back screen. Miscommunication is what led to Amour being so wide open.
Brown has it on the left. He drives, finds Lindo. Lindo with the pump fake, throws up the shot off the glass, and it's good.
That athletic ability that Hugh Lindo has. Can just create for himself.
A soft touch off the glass, and the Warriors are back in front, 61-60. Down low pass to Fogler, going up against Lindo. Now gives it off to Majors, who hits the jump shot.
That's one thing. Majors can stretch the floor a little. He'll hit those mid-range jumpers if he's open. So Dave Canny, he's kind of staying in the paint, trying to be a shot blocker. But if Majors is on the court, you can't do that.
Canny finds Lindo. Now Arnhem, he'll pull up for 2. No good, goes off the backboard, but Majors is there for the rebound, and that should have been a travel call. But they're going to let him play on. Brown gets all the way, stripped by Nunez. What a great defensive play there by the sophomore. Here he comes back the other way. Brown has the left side. He spots it for 3, takes it 3, can't hit it, but he gets fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line. The guys are going to come out to play, folks.
That same situation that Kendall Marquez was in last game. Seeing that 3-pointer not go in, but then the sigh of relief of being able to go to the line and take 3 free shots.
Alex, as you were saying earlier, with Tarchie Brown being in the game, it just adds to the flow of this offense. So I think, like you mentioned, the flow of the offense, kind of having Tarchie Brown on the court, he can create his own shot, he can do his own thing. It's another person they can go to look for offense.
And I mean, he's a veteran who knows the offense better than the majority of the team.
Second free throw is no good, so it remains a tied ball game at 62-62. As Baines will check back in the ball game. He has 12 points. St. Amour now has 17 on the night. Majors has 10. Those are the three double-figure points for Middlebury. Eastern Connecticut, Lindo with 16 and Nunez with 10, as Brown hits 2 of 3 free throws. So 63-62 Eastern. They get the lead back. St. Amour, shot fake. Gives it off to Fogler. Fogler now to Brown. He'll set things up. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Goes right at Nunez. Gives it off to Baines. Now to Majors. Baines down low against Lindo. He kicks it out. Brown nearly had the steal. Fogler now drives up and under. Layup is good.
That's a good move there by Fogler.
Nunez gives it off to Lindo. Now to Canny. Off to Brown. Brown, he'll pull up for a 15-footer. He can't get the hometown bounce. Fogler's there for the rebound. Quickly back the other way are the Panthers. Majors is there for the wide open layup, and he makes the easy layup. Just a miscommunication there defensively by the Warriors as he was left wide open. Next whistle, Brandon Kaczynski will check back in the ball game for the Warriors. Nunez heads to the top of the key. Gives it off to Brown. Brown down low to Canny. And he spins right into a foul. Questionable call there, guys. I thought that should have been a travel or a jump
lot
ball.
of fans on the Middlebury side are seeming to think that it was a travel as well.
Candy never really established position of the ball, never had control of the ball, but he will go to the free throw line. As Eastern, they will shoot 2 free throws the rest of the way. As that first free throw is good on non-shooting fouls. Middlebury, they will shoot 1-1 one more time, and the rest of the game they will be in the double bonus. As Donnie Craig will check in for Tyrell Arnhem. Kaczynski will obviously check in for Canny, as Canny is the shooter. Canny hits both free throws, and he will exit the ball game.
Again, Canny been playing very well in these both matchups at this tip-off tournament.
He now has double-digit points. He's up to 10 following those 2 free throws. (66-65). Brown has on the left, down low to Fogler. And that's going to be a foul called on Brown. It's an easy one there, as Fogler in the last couple minutes, guys, really picked up his play. A freshman making a big impact in this one.
Absolutely. But you see on that play, Tarshy Brown just not having his hands straight up, which, I mean, if your hands straight across into the body of the opponent, it's going to be called every time.
Because he was reaching for the ball, Fogler originally trying to get the pass, and then Fogler went right up knowing his hand was there. Smart play there by Fogler, getting the foul and going to the free throw line.
That free throw is off. It's going to be a lane violation on Fogler. Has there ever been a time where the free throw shooter got the rebound and it wasn't a violation?
Very tough to do.
So it remains a 1-point ball game. Craig has it on the right side. He gives off to Kaczynski, now off to Nunez. Nunez with 10 points. Now Brown. 5 minutes to go here left in the second half. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Off to Kaczynski. Eastern trying to run something. Get down low to Brown, but it's going to be taken away by St. Amour. St. Amour going the other way. Throws up a shot swatted by Lindo. It's going to be a foul called. And that's going to be Lindo's third personal.
I mean, there you see it again. Amour being one of the best offensive presence on their team, just doing it on the other side of the floor too.
Lindo now has 3 fouls. He has 16 points and 13 rebounds.
I think the constant defensive pressure from Middlebury, just no matter who has the ball, they're right up in their face of the Warriors, is really kind of affecting the Warriors. It's tough for them to run anything.
St. Amour misses the first free throw. He was an 82.8 free throw shooter last season, and he hits 1 of 2. Back to a 2-point game. Nunez bringing it across the Eastern Shield. It's going to be taken away by Brown right at the shield. Brown has it, lays it up and in. That almost went out.